Everybody, welcome back. I'm the Stretch Professor. Let's go ahead and get in here. Today we're going to be looking at
30 seconds until
a Rakan coaching session. This is patch 918, so special thanks to Sammy for donating for this. If you'd like a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. It's just $25 if you are not a channel member, and $20 if you are a channel member. Sammy donated 50 because he's awesome. But yeah, it's just minimum 25 or 20.
Minions have spawned.
So be sure to check that out. If you want to see, a little bit more about my coaching style, or you just want to learn for free, or not sure if you want to invest, the $20 or $25 yet, then I'll have a coaching playlist linked in the description. This is getting pretty close. I don't remember the exact number, but pretty close to our 200th coaching session. And I always have a picture of the champion that's being played, so you can just kind of flip through it really quickly and see which champions you might be interested in, hearing a little more commentary about. So be sure to check that out. If you do want to become a channel member, there's a join button that's right near the subscribe button on YouTube now. It's just $5 a month through YouTube. You get green chat, sort of the chat recognition. You get a discount on any coaching or guides that you might want to commission, and you can come out and play with us on Sundays if you want, with other members of the channel. So, pretty decent perks. I might try to add in some more stuff later on as well, but come join, helps out a ton. Okay. I probably wouldn't start, you start W if you want to, but it's unlikely Twitch is gonna, I guess he could try to all in this lane. It's probably fine. Yumi's gonna heal through any poke that you do with your Q. I've been back on the coin train. I just feel like, I don't know, Spell Thieves is alright, but if your AD carry is really not helping you, apply a lot of pressure early, then I just don't think the extra, damage is gonna add up enough. And it slows your wards a lot, typically. You get your wards, between 3 to 5 minutes slower when you go for that. Spell Thieves. Obviously Rakan has really good AP ratios, but it's if you're not really getting those procs, then it's not going to be that effective. So coin, I think, is just a lot more reliable, and it allows you to hit your second and third items faster because you get a lot more gold at the mid game. And Rakan obviously is really, really good with items. He has so many different ones he can pick to be effective. Okay, yeah. Let's ignite him. Let's go all in before Yumi heals him. Okay, good. Great. Yeah, as soon as you can see there's going to be an all-in, just go ahead and ignite before he uses Summoner Heal and before... Oh, Yumi... Yeah, Yumi probably would have had 1 point in her E. That was pretty good.
Here's something that won't wash off.
Excuse me. Aftershock is a little more controversial. Nice. Good engage. Now, you have your... Okay, you have your E. Okay. That's worth. He's going to get a lot of kills. So one thing I was going to say is, 100% Lee's got to be there, right? Because there's no way Yumi is, just floating around randomly near the bush if Lee's not waiting to, trying to jump in. So, just be aware that Lee's going to be there, but I think that you had the potential to outplay also, so I don't mind going for that. As far as Aftershock goes, it does make you a little bit tankier against all-ins in the laning phase, but Ezreal and Yumi are not going to probably all-in you that much, so I'd probably still stick with Guardian. The reason that Guardian's really nice is it just scales a lot better later on in the game, because you're not going to be getting a ton of armor and magic resist. You'll get some, but the shield goes up and scales with AP and scales with plus healing and shielding, and it protects both you and your ally and gives extra movement speed. It's just, Guardian's just really, really good. So unless you're against something like a Leona or something like that, I probably wouldn't, like a Leona Draven, I probably wouldn't do Aftershock. There is one really high elo Rakan one trick that does it, but I've tried it. I tried it out for a week, I think, and it's not terrible. I just think that Guardian's just better. Rakan. Okay, so, and I'm streaming this as well, so be sure to come check out the stream if you're just watching the coaching replay. Be sure to come check out the stream. Starts around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. Yeah, I mean, if you find Pike kind of difficult, Rakan is probably one of the more difficult champs. I don't think his mechanics are that hard necessarily. It's just some of the decision making can be tricky, so it's up to you. I think he's one of the harder supports, although he's not as hard as like Thresh or Bard. But I mean, you can give him a whirl, try him out, see what you think. If you're on a budget with, you know, Blue Essence or something, and you like simpler champs, in some ways, I mean, he is more forgiving than Leona because you can like escape after you go in. So in some ways, he's easier in terms of positioning. Oh, okay, Sammy, sorry. I am recording this separately, and I've got a few coaching sessions I'm gonna put in the playlist that I haven't added in the last couple of weeks. I need to add in there. I would not run Airy in this meta right now. In the past, Rakan has run Airy, but it's very, very rare to run Airy on Rakan. Because they nerfed how much damage it does, like last year, I think. It's like kind of doubling down on the Spell Thieves, which, once again, like, if your AD carry is not really helping you out there. I mean, like, the shield is nice off of Airy. You know, you can, if you space out your E, you can apply Airy twice on somebody. But it doesn't do anything to protect you. Whereas Guardian protects you and allows you to get stuff like mobility boots without getting completely deleted when you go into engage. Thinking. I mean, I guess it's possible. It's just like, I mean, I guess you could go like what, Nimbus Cloak, Transcendence, Airy, maybe Water Walking. I guess you could do Scorch. You could do the Gathering Storm. I really like Presence of Mind. So I would definitely keep the Presence of Mind Tenacity build. You'd be losing out on Demolish, which is probably okay. You'd be losing out on Bone Plating, which is going to make you a bit squishier to all ends. And you'd be losing out on Unflinching, which, you know, gives you some tenacity, but you're also going to get tenacity off of Presence of Mind. I mean, maybe. But I still think that Guardian is going to be standard. Okay, yeah. Mobility boots early is good. You guys have really good opportunities to get... It seems like you're able to make plays down here and get kills, so... That's good. I mean, another option would be to try to roam middle and get Vel'Koz if you think you can't get a kill. But yeah, what I would do here is probably just, like, run at him with your R, and then as soon as Ezreal E's, then just W onto him. Ezreal will probably panic and E early if you're running at him. It is a little bit concerning if Yubi ults, but you should be fine. She's level 5 right now, so this is like an ideal time to go before this cannon dies.
Here's something that won't wash off.
Yeah. Yeah, you went just like probably 2 seconds too late there. If you would have gone before she popped 6, you probably would have had a chance to kill her. Oh, okay, you took Aftershock by mistake. Okay, that explains it. Oh, it's all good, Sammy. I think you're doing really well. I'm just, you know, you just donated to get some kind of advice, and, you know, I'm just trying to give you something to think about. Rather than just saying, you know, good job, man, great replay, you know. Well, that's cool and everything, but I'm trying to give you some stuff. But I think overall, yeah, you're playing really well. Zombie Ward's really not good right now. I wouldn't do Zombie Ward. If you want to go into that tree domination, I would probably do Taste of Blood and either Ulti Hunter or huh. Yeah, no problem, Sammy. But yeah, no, I totally get it. Just for context, so everybody knows here, Sammy's taking a break from League for a while, and he's just coming back in. So, but I mean, you know, so, you know, that probably explains why you're missing a couple of W's early and stuff like that. But I mean, that happens. That's fine. No, obviously you want to hit those, but there's no point talking about that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've tried spicy builds out, like Predator Rakan. It seems like it'd be really fun. Like, you know, just run around. You have Predator Rakan and Ultimate Hunter with Presence of Mind. Just get like massive CDR on your ults and just run around and blow people up. But and maybe it could be done. But the problem with that is like you're really squishy. Or even just like Electrocute Rakan or something like that. I mean, yeah, Spellbook could be a thing. And I'm answering questions. For those of you just watching the VOD, like, people are asking me questions and making suggestions in the chat. Just throwing some stuff out there to talk about. I like the idea of Spellbook. It's just really slow. Like, when I'm thinking, like, what kind of stuff do I want as Rakan, you know, I want stuff that's going to allow me to, like, not die, not get blown up, so, and also to where I don't have to build tank stuff as much. That frees me up to build things like Athenes or Ardent Sensor or Redemption if I want to. That's kind of where Guardian comes in. Because you're kind of squishy if you don't have Guardian for a lot of your all-ins. Because Guardian gives you, obviously, the shield, but it also gives you that 1.5 seconds of extra movement speed, which is massive when you go in and you're trying to run back out and get in range to E back to your ally. It's definitely a big deal. And it also protects your allies from, like, assassins and things like that. So, and Guardian's just extremely good on him. There's Jax. It's a good champ, good design. Our ping's too loud. Yeah, in the replay, sorry if they're loud. It might be, I can turn that down a little bit. Yeah, it's just a rough fight there. Okay, so you're going Athenes. Yeah, it's probably fine. They do have, like, Vel'Koz and Yuumi. Jax does, like, some magic damage.
Blue team double kill.
Yeah. Jax is great. I just love it when champions can, like, itemize, like, full damage and get a free, like, you know, 3 or 4,000 gold worth of defensive stats without having to pay for it. It's great. And then, you know, what's even better is if you can design an item that basically gives them a flash every 2 seconds and has pretty good stats to boot. Spear of Sojin on Jax. Seems pretty good too. Creates a lot of opportunities for counterplay. Yeah, I think Jack's pretty OP. I mean, yeah, he has a hard early game, sort of, but he can still, like, even just burst you out. Like, he does heavy sustain and heavy burst. Really good mobility with Spear of Sojin. And he's just really tanky when he turns on his ult. AoE stun. I mean, I could see an argument. Yeah, Zeke's is the standard item on Rakan, but I could see why you might want Athene's here if you're, you know, if you're winning and you have, like, opportunities to just kind of snowball your lane and you want the extra AP off of Athene's. And, you know, there's some magic damage threats out there. Yeah, but the thing about, like, Kiana, Zed, and Akali, all of those are really strong too, but at least you can kill them if you get a hold of them. Akali's a little more questionable because she's so mobile, but... I mean, those champs are really strong too, but...
Here's something that won't wash off.
Get that old cat. Oh yeah. Trust me, you don't have to convince me that Jax is scary. He is sort of the definition of bad design. In terms of, like, OP. It's like there's so many items he can be abused with. Like, yeah, Shojin, but, like, he was already really good even without Shojin. It's like, yeah, okay, he's really good with Spear. Okay, he's pretty good with Gunblade also, even though it's not like a common build on him right now. He could build it. Okay, he's really good with Titanic Hydra. It's like, throw almost anything on him. You'd probably throw an Infinity Edge on him. It'd be weird, but, like, he'd still be alright with it. Uh-oh. Oh, the Twitch jukes. Things. Where are you going? Either Ardent or Shirelia's. Be very careful here. Okay, never mind. Jax is flanking. You're good. Nice. Get that old cat.
Blue team double kill.
Let me go back and see what happened there real quick. Sorry, I was looking over the chat. Alright, let's see. Just got Dragon. Okay, so Trinamir's not there. Ezreal's over here. So you should have a 4v3 down here. Yeah, I would have probably been over here in a position to follow up on that Jarvan a bit earlier. Ooh, okay, Ezreal's there. Yeah, just run. No, let her die. Okay, nice. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Don't twitch. Oh god. Twitch shows up. He's maybe with Jarvan. Oof. Okay, let me look at that again. I think you went a little too far there, probably. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so they're fighting without you. So yeah, try to ping them back. Alright. They get a kill there. People are low. Y'all don't have vision here. Okay. You got some vision there. I'd probably just bail. Yeah, I think that's probably too far versus this Jax. A lot of people like didn't have their ults and things like that. You're going for like a super squishy build too, so you got to be a bit more conservative with your engages because you don't have Zeke's, you don't have Knight's Vow. Huh, I wonder why he didn't just open and kill him. Guess he was afraid he might get knocked up. Yeah, pretty much what Leah said. One of their only threats is Jax.
You're welcome. Darkness got stopped. Marvelous that.
Huh? No, run. You're gonna take hits. Yeah. Okay, well, Twitch is cleaning them up. Jax and Yumi aren't there.
Killing spree.
I would. They need to run. Jax gonna come up. With that Yumi speed and her slow, it's gonna run everybody down. He doesn't even have Shojin. I guess he's working on it. For those of you just tuning in, we're just doing a coaching session real quick, and then I'm gonna jump on and we'll play another ranked after this.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to know the exact, like, cooldowns on it. Like, it's nice, but just, like, a general idea, like, most ults are probably about 2 minutes. On a lot of champions. Okay, nice. And then, like, most basic abilities that are dangerous, just assume it's, like, 10 seconds. So if you just use those, like, round numbers, 2 minutes on an ult, 10 seconds on like a hook or something like that, then early game it's closer to like 20 seconds on a hook. But hey, what's up, Crydol? I know I can't play Classic WoW. It would take way too much time. I'd really contemplated it for a while, and it looked, I mean, I'm sure I would have a lot of fun with it, but it's just I just can't fit it in time wise. I was teaching at 2 different universities. I'm trying to keep up with. I'd still obviously do League and Total War on the channel because those are like my signature games. And just with my daughter and wife and everything and friends, I'm trying to hang out with like real life friends more and things like that. It's just way too much. And I'm still not doing my dissertation. I need to be doing that, so I just aren't on enough hours in the week to make that happen.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright. Yeah, you guys just need to stay away from Jax. Yeah, I mean, I would love to play an MMO. Like, Classic WoW would be fun. I still think that Final Fantasy XIV would be a lot of fun, too, but I would even like to play some stuff like Civ. some Civ 6 or just like some other strategy games, but yeah, you are dying quite a bit. I mean, 6 is not like an insane amount considering how many kills are like in this game, but yeah, I think you're just trying to save people that are doing unwise things, and like maybe being a little too aggressive with the engages. Like, you just got to remember that that build right there that you went, the early stuff, the Athenes plus Ardent, is going to make you like super squishy. It's like one of the squishiest builds you can get on him. If you have something like Zeke's and a Knight's Vow, or even something like Shirelia's or Redemption, those at least have health on them. Yeah, like right there, you didn't have Twitch or Ari, and your Tryndamere is pretty much always going to be split pushing. So, you know, just look at your minimap. As with any engaged champion, you got to look at your minimap and just see, is this going to at least be an even fight? And most of the time, you want to have a numbers advantage, just in case your team goofs up a couple of things in a fight. So if you get really good vision control and you just kind of rotate around the map and look for opportunities, you can usually find an uneven fight where someone's trying to go, like, you know, do something greedy. Like trying to go get their red or something without backup or without wards at 32 minutes. Yeah, I don't know about Civ PvP. Maybe. I mean, Total War has a PvP too, but it's like, it's a very, very small community. I was doing Total War PvP a couple of years ago. I was trying it out. It was fun, but it's not really balanced very well at all. Like, major tournaments could be fun. The units are interesting balance-wise, but like the system, like the ranked system, and just how people go about like getting matchups and stuff is pretty poor. Like, there are so many abuses. Like, for instance, you can dodge with no consequences. You don't like a matchup, you lock in humans or something, you're versus vampires, just dodge, no problem. And then you can just like only play matchups that you want. So when you're dealing with Ezreal as Rakan, especially kind of this elo bracket, I think this is what, silver. Just run at them with your R and just wait. A lot of times they will E early and then W after them, after they E. Because a lot of times, whenever you get in range to W them, they're just going to assume you're going to do it, and they're just going to E early. But if you just wait that extra little, like, half a second or so and just let them E early, then you can W them. Oof. Trinity on... I mean, I guess that does help him take towers quickly. I don't think I've... Trinity seems really uncommon on Tryndamere, but... Yeah, I got up to like rank 270 or something in Total War, but there's just so many cheesers and abusers of the system. I was just like, nah, it's not... I was getting too frustrated with it. Okay, that was a good engage. Don't chase him, just try to get middle. Just don't worry about it, just let him go. Okay, nice. Oh, the Ezreal flashed before instead of his E. Okay, fair enough. Jack's getting real scary. Okay, build Trin. Okay, I'm just not up with... I never play Trin, and I don't see him in a ton of games, so... I mean, it makes sense. Like, it allows him to take towers faster, gives him move speed and stuff like that. It obviously doesn't have crit on it. So... And I know he has, like... I don't remember exactly what. He has pretty favorable interactions with crit. Doesn't he get, like, a free 35% crit on his passive, like his rage when it's stacked up. It's something like that. They may have changed it. Obviously don't know a ton about Trend. I know he goes Tiamat sometimes for extra wave clear, but
Shut down.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it does take towers really quickly and gives you some extra burst. Yeah, Trend just doesn't get a lot of on hit. I feel like Rage Blade is not really probably where you want to be. Like most trends that I see, it's either crit or sometimes they get Blather and King to, like, I guess for people that might kite him. That's probably against range matchups like a Nico or Kennen or something. Mostly for the slow, but maybe against a tank he'd go Rage Blade, I don't know. You definitely would want some other, you'd probably want Blather and King and Rage Blade, but I feel like that's not gonna be that amazing, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Essence Reaver is good because of 80 and crit. Okay, pretty good. I like it. Oof. It's a spooky kick. Oof. God. I like when Twitch dies, it's so dramatic. It's like, ah! Okay, nice. Oh, Lord. Them Triumph procs. I think this is silver. I think it's a silver. Yeah. If you can kill the Jax. No, no, no. Do not get Ezreal. This. Oh my god. Who cares about Ezreal, man? Get the Jax. Oh well. Yeah, maybe not try to trade autos with the Ezreal at that point. I mean, I know that like he looked like he was low, but he has Gunblade, so you're not gonna get him. I know it is very tempting, but yeah. Okay, I mean, other than that, it was pretty good. Like he tagged several people. So they have pretty solid, like, team fight management, except for, like, right here. No, yeah, you've had Zeke's for a while. I think you got it third item. That's fine. I mean, you don't have to get Zeke. I thought that Athene's was perfectly legit, given what was going on in the game. But yeah, I mean, Zeke's is pretty nice too, though. Yeah, I mean, y'all should pretty much always kill. Like, Jax is the only person that matters. Ezreal sort of, kind of, maybe. I mean, at the same time, you can't really let Vel'Koz channel his ult either. Like, I don't know. They have a lot of threats. And it's hard to get through that Yuumi. Yeah, maybe, like Tryndamere definitely needs to be split pushing. Although, I don't know if Tryndamere can beat Jax or not. He needs to go to the opposite lane where Jax is. And split push. Wow, Jax doesn't have Shojin. What? One really nice trick I would do, and I don't know how often you do this, it seems like sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't, but use your R and then E onto somebody else instead of using your W to get your, like, charm if you can. So if you have someone like a Jarvan who's going to dunk them, you don't need to use your W to go into that because you can use your E. So if you, like, R and then press your E to get close to them, then you can chain it together with your W and get an extra, like, half a second of CC. Or you can E over there, you know, charm that one person, and then W over to somebody else. So, like, for example, you could have E'd over there onto the Jarvan, tagged the Lee, and then you could have W'd the Jax. So, it just frees up a lot more, like, opportunities for you to do stuff in fights. If you have someone else that can engage or has mobility, and you use your E with your R to go over there, so you can hold your W. He doesn't need Shojin. I mean, he doesn't need it, but pretty damn OP on Jax. I don't know, man. I'd probably get rid of that Gunblade and put a Shojin in there. He keeps changing his items. He's so rich. But it seems like he doesn't know what to buy, so he's just buying. I feel like Gensu's is terrible. It's like okay, I guess, on Jax, but like I'd much rather have Shojin, because that's going to allow you to jump around a lot more. That's going to allow you to have more counter strikes up, like, so it gives you a lot of extra, like, effective health. I mean, counter strike blocks like probably thousands of damage whenever he, like, jumps in the middle of a fight with counter strike. Maybe not thousands, but probably north of 1,000. Because it blocks all of the autos, but it also blocks 25% of AoE stuff. So, that's the thing about Shojin, is it just gives you a ton of extra jumps and a ton of extra counter strikes. So instead of just getting one counter strike in a fight, you might be able to get off like 3. I think it's a big mistake, Season 9, not to have Shojin. Alright, was that a case of, so I'm getting sidetracked just talking about different builds and theoretical stuff. missing a couple of these engages here. Yeah, you just gotta let... He's probably dead. Yeah. I probably would just let him go there. Like, the rest of your team... Like, maybe if the rest of your team was there, you could have turned it around, but he was so far away from everybody else that I think you just kind of got to let him go there. It's like, yeah, Gensu's does damage, but Jax just does a lot of damage anyways. I don't know. I think hybrid items that give you both offense and defense are really kind of what you want a lot of times with Jax, and maybe a little bit more burst. So like Shojin, for example, has the offense, you know, you can jump, you get all that stuff, but it also has deceptively a lot of defense too with the Counter-Strike. There he goes. Now he figured it out. He's hacking into us. He's reading into the future. So yeah, he switched out. He switched out Gensu's for Shojin. I mean, y'all don't have any tanks. Like, the only reason you would ever need Gensu's is if, like, they just have, like, an ultra tank that's, like, taking light years to kill, maybe. 6-item Scion or Sejuani or something. Yeah, I would try to be a little bit more... Okay, that was nice. I was going to say, be a little bit more careful with your W. Like, just let the enemy use their movement first, and then W. Like, wait on Rakan to use his E, and then W. Or, like, wait on the Jax to jump, and then use your W. So I think a lot of your misses are because you're, like, you're Wing too quickly, and the enemy is able to outplay that. The Ludens you me. Yeah, so I would practice shielding first and then W. Okay, nice. So like right there, I think just shielding people and making sure that you W the Jax is clutch. Like wait for him to jump and then W. Or if you think Vel'Koz is going to channel his ult or something, you might have to save it for Vel'Koz, but... Uh-oh. Twitch with the back door. That looks pretty good. I would probably do Redemption instead of Locket. It's kind of a toss-up. I mean, both can be alright. Redemption gives you plus healing and shielding, though. And you only have... You do have 40% CDR. Redemption adds that extra plus healing and shielding. Got him. Now you guys kill Lee and just march it right up middle, right? Okay, I like that. Yeah, just ult and sit on him. Just get him. March it up mid, bud. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. Overall, I think that was pretty solid. Couple of things, you know, kind of just your standard. Check the mini map. Make sure people are close before you engage. And just kind of, you know, be aware. I know you're used to, at least from what I remember, playing things like Leona and Nautilus a lot. Rakan's a lot squishier than that. So whenever you go in, you know, it has to be really crisp and decisive. Like, you have to go in and you have to get out, like, immediately. So, you know, your team has to be ready to go. So, yeah, make sure they're ready to go on the minimap. Ping it a lot before you go in if you can. Try, especially in, like, really busy team fights like that, try to lead with your E. I think that's a really big thing that will help out a ton. Like, lead with your E and then just wait on the enemy to, like, use their movement and then use your W if you're not the primary engage. So if the fight's already kind of going on, because, like, what happened a ton in these fights that I would see is that you would try to use your W on somebody and they would, like, jump away and dodge it one way or another. Like, either the Jax or the Ezreal or whomever. So use your E to move around in the fight and then use your W for, like, you know, high probability CC. So, like, if instead of just trying to W onto the Jax immediately, as soon as Jax is, like, rolling up, E over to your Twitch or whoever you think he's going to go on to shield him, and then use your W after you E over there and after the Jax is jumped. Then that'll allow you to knock people up. Also, like I mentioned with the Jarvan, if you have someone else that engages really well like that, if Jarvan goes up for the engage, use your E to jump onto the Jarvan, and then you've still got your W, so you could actually ult, E over to the Jarvan, that'll give some extra CC, and then you can W back, or you could even E back over the Twitch and then W again on somebody else, like the Jax, to knock them up. Yeah. So I think that's probably just the biggest thing with Rakan, is just using that E offensively a little bit more to hold the W. And then, of course, we talked about runes and items a lot, so I thought your item choice was fine. I mean, yeah, maybe Zeke's a bit earlier would help, but it was okay. I think, yeah, just aside from getting caught up trying to save failing teammates or, like, maybe engaging when people aren't close enough. Other than that, I thought the macro was alright. Like, y'all were pressuring objectives, contesting objectives. Seemed pretty good. I think, you know, the team fighting was pretty solid for the most part when everybody was there together. So, anyways, okay. We'll get back. We'll do another ranked here. So thank you very much. As always, I appreciate it. If you're out there watching, you want to watch more coaching sessions, there'll be a playlist in the description. You can flip through those. If you'd like a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I can do it live on stream like this, talk with you if you have any questions about it. You can get, you know, some extra commentary from the people on the channel if you're interested in that. And yeah, that's going to be it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content on the channel. Check out the stream. Starts around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll release a support tier list and usually an 80 carry tier list for every patch as well as patch notes. And I'm trying to add on some more to that. And I'm going to try to get back into adding a lot more guides as well. We do have probably over 40 or 50 topical guides on the channel about one-tricking, macro, micro, just different topics about League. And how to become a better player. And then we have lots of champion guides as well, probably like at least 30 of those. So I'm going to try to constantly keep adding on more and more content, so be sure to check all that out. But anyways, it's going to be it. Have a good day. See you next time.